Metaphors are an important way to conceptualize our teaching. Thinking metaphorically can help us pull back the curtain on our own beliefs about teaching and learning that are based on our past experiences, culture, and pedagogical knowledge. As a teacher, I am an urban planner for a growing city. My students are the citizens. It is my job to develop an environment that meets everyone's needs. I'm not building a city from scratch. I'm building on what's already there, just like I'll build on my students' prior knowledge. I need to build relationships with citizens in order to understand their needs. I must also consider the needs of the city council and the local government. As a teacher, I will build relationships with my students and their families to encourage learning. I will also need to consider the needs of my coworkers, the school administration, and the New Zealand Teachers Council. I need to make sure that citizens are connected by building roads and bridges so that they can work together and learn from each other. In the classroom, I want to encourage open communication between my students. I also need to build highways, train stations, and airports that connect the citizens to the world beyond. I want my students to see the connections between what they are learning in my class and what they are learning about the world around them. I want to encourage healthy habits in my citizens by making my city walkable. I want citizens to have access to nature and fresh air. I want to model good study habits to my students. I need to make the city accessible for citizens with special needs. An example would be building wheelchair ramps. As a teacher, I need to accommodate students who are differently abled. Some students may have physical challenges or learning disabilities, but they still need to be able to participate in my class. I also need to use my power as an urban planner to encourage equality. I want to build bus routes that connect citizens who may not have cars to main business sectors where they can work. As an educator, I want to ensure that all of my students leave the classroom with the skills to be successful members of society, no matter where they come from or where they're going. When making decisions about where to place new structures, I need to be culturally sensitive. I wouldn't want to place a mall on top of a cemetery. It's equally important to learn about the cultures of my students, particularly Maori students, as they are tangata whenua. It is important that all cultures feel comfortable in my classroom. When making design decisions, I can enrich my city by incorporating designs that are relevant to the community. I could commission a mural by local artists. In the same vein, learning must be place-based and relevant to the students and the local community. Finally, I want to improve my city by using 21st century technologies. I could use GPS trackers so that citizens know when their bus is coming. I will use technology in the classroom to enhance our learning experience. This metaphor is not without its faults. So much of teaching is what happens in the moment, in the classroom. An urban planner probably doesn't have to go with the flow and live in the moment quite as much as a teacher does. Another issue with the metaphor is that urban planners do not build the structures that they commission. As a teacher, it is my task to work directly with my students to build our learning environment. My metaphor was influenced by Miles Barker and Kathy Bunting's ideas in How Do People Learn? Understanding the Learning Process. In this chapter, they outline 5 theories of learning. Although my metaphor is influenced by every theory, I find that it is most closely tied to the social constructivist and sociocultural theories. Social constructivist theory stipulates that learning is a linking of ideas and experiences. In my metaphor, the urban planner is creating links between citizens and the world around them. This theory also values the prior knowledge of the learner. The urban planner is improving a city that already exists and must appreciate the unique character of the city to be successful. In the classroom, I will need to get to know my students and use the knowledge that they bring to enhance my lessons. In sociocultural theory, the focus is on deep structure of contrasting and interrelated knowledge systems. The urban planner needs to connect the different cultures in the city while simultaneously being mindful of their individual needs. Teachers must similarly navigate the intersection of cultures in their classrooms to ensure that the environment is encouraging everyone to learn. I would like to finish off this presentation with a quote from Brent Davis that is included in Barker and Bunting's chapter. He states that teaching and learning are not about convergence onto a predetermined truth, but about divergence, about broadening what is knowable, doable, and beable. The emphasis is not on what is, but what might be brought forth. Thus, learning comes to be understood as a recursively elaborative process of opening up new spaces of possibility by exploring current spaces. Just as an urban planner improves her city, I hope to build a positive learning environment in which my students' learning can thrive. Thank you.